Hi there. So I did your spread and I was using a new microphone and it just was horrific, like the audio. So I'm just redoing the video. I've already done the spread. I'm just going to explain it to you in its final form rather than take you through it as I go. What the one that came up this time was number 9, which was Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, that's your major arcana, temperance. So you're under there. The energy surrounding you is the Knight of Cups. So you are wanting some fulfillment. What I'm getting here is romantic. You're wanting some romantic fulfillment, or at the very least, some sort of emotional fulfillment that you're not feeling like you have at the moment. And your obstacle is the Tower, so your life has been in a big period of change and upheaval, and it's kept you from feeling like you could pursue the sort of emotional fulfillment that you've been wanting to pursue because you just had so much going on. What you're manifesting here in the crown, the Ten of Wands. So yeah, you're very you've been carrying a lot on your shoulders. You're feeling pretty burdened, but you felt like you've had to kind of do it alone and keep up all this heavy lifting that you've been doing in your life. And then beneath the veil, in the unconscious position, you've got the Four of Swords. So at an unconscious level, you know you need a minute. You're like, okay, I need a minute. And so your unconscious and your conscience, which is the crown is the conscience position, are somewhat at odds. So it's creating this conflict. In the recent past, so initially I thought this Queen of Wands was a romantic person, but then I got clear, like, well, okay, she's a fire sign, you're a fire sign. And then I dealt a clarifying card, and what came up was the Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, which is the energy surrounding you, and that came up on this card too. So I decided that this represents you. In the recent past, you were in more of this space of feeling like you kind of things were going well, you were feeling attractive, you were feeling confident. But then this Tower thing, whatever that might be, job change, relationship change, something happened that kind of shook things up for you, demoted you, if you will, to the Knight of Cups, and you're left you feeling like not quite as solid. And then in the near future position, you've got this King of Swords. And I wasn't sure initially if this was your energy or someone else. But then I pulled these two clarifying cards, Ten of Swords and the Ace of Cups on the King of Swords. And what that says to me is that this is a person who you were in a relationship with at one time, or that you have some kind of history with, and that you had to basically, put that down. That was, dead and done, and, just like, yeah, it was done. Not maybe in the most pleasant way either. But then this Ace of Cups came up. So I'm getting from this that this person may be re-entering your life in some form, and there may be an opportunity for reconciling with them. And even though they, things maybe didn't end that well in the past, my suggestion is to keep an open mind about that, because this person may have changed, and you may have changed. So don't dismiss it out of hand. It could be something. And then self advice. You've got Page of Cups, inner child. You're taking care of your inner child, and that's a good thing. Environment, Hangman. You feel like you're waiting on things. You're patiently waiting to be able to put down some of these wands, because you're just like, dang, these wands are heavy. I want to put these down, or I want somebody to help me carry them. It's like you're feeling a little worn out with it. Hopes and fears. You're hoping all your hard work and your patience are going to pay off. You're waiting, and you're like, okay, I hope this is. I'm ready to get my turn here. I'm ready to, get some of the good stuff, some of the cash and prizes, and then your outcome, which is great, is the Four of Wands, happy home, joyful celebration with loved ones, and then the thing that that struck me here is, I was looking at these two figures that, I don't know, maybe they're getting married, but at the very least they're having a good time. And then I was looking at the King of Swords, and as you can see, they're somewhat similarly dressed. I mean, blue and red gowns, togas, whatever you want to call it. Even their headwear is kind of similar. So I'm wondering if this guy or gal, may figure in this outcome somehow in a positive way. But yeah, and then if you look at these two, which this is the also a potential outcome. It's what you're manifesting out of your current situation, and then this is like the kind of the eventual outcome. But if you look at these two, I mean, what strikes me is, well, so they're both wands. 10 of Wands, you're carrying a heavy load. You got 10 of these darn things, and they sure are heavy. It's like, dang, do I really need all 10 of these? And you get rid of 6 of them, you still got 4, and 4 is like, that's all you need, really. So what I was, and I said it much more eloquently, of course, in the first version, but when is it enough? Like, when have you accomplished enough? When are you pushing yourself too hard? When can you just say, okay, you know what? I've made enough money. I'm making enough money. I've gotten enough degrees. I've carried this load, long enough. I'm ready to put some of this down. Maybe I don't even need all of this. Like, that's an awful lot, I mean, 4 wands is plenty, there's really good stuff there. So that was my overall suggestion to you, is you're asking yourself, like, do you really need to be carrying all these wands? Or can you let somebody else carry some of them? Or sell some of them, It's like you can get rid of 6, make a little nice profit, go on a honeymoon, it's like, why not? Okay, so I'm hoping the audio on this one was better, because I don't want to do this a third time. Okay, Sagittarius, take care.